Welcome to day 59, aka one of the coldest days of the year. So people say about running that the hardest part is putting your trainers on. And I would agree with that in the beginning. Actually getting out the door and building that habit that you are doing this is really difficult. And once I had cracked that, I thought I was home and dry. Like, yeah, no problem. No, I have accomplished this. I've got this. No, not at all. I had done that, but when it was cold on that day, I felt like I had gone in a cold plunge whilst running. It felt like a shock on all of my senses. And what happens when you get in a cold plunge, or like if you've ever been in the sea in the morning, sometimes there is that sense of a quickened breath, and all you want to do, all of your body is doing is saying, get out of there, get out, you don't want to be in here, quick, get warm, do that. And I know it sometimes when, I don't know, the heating hasn't been working in our house and the kids get out the shower and they're like, I don't know what to do with myself. That is how it was on my run. And the way that played out was every single minute of that day, I felt like I just wanted to go the short way home. Like, do I really need to do 15 minutes? No, why don't I just turn back? I had this like thought going round and round in my head. And it really spoke to me in terms of consistency. Maybe some of us can start something and feel established. But what happens when it gets tough? What happens when you're going to have to tune into a different part of you? A different part of you that does the things that you say that you're going to do. Because even by this point, I felt really established in the habit. My body expected it. My clothes were out the night before. I'd scheduled it in. I knew what I was doing. But yet, I still had to actually do the thing and do the whole thing properly. And so I've really recognized that in terms of the running route, I need music. I need distractions. Sometimes I give myself a project to think about. One of the things that I want to do this year is have a new bathroom. So sometimes on those moments where I'm like, I just want to go home and cut this run short, I'll say, well, how about for the next 2 minutes while you're running? This is how I talk to myself. Have a think about what that bathroom's going to look like. What do you want? Do you want shelves? What kind of tile? I go into that headspace. And it's amazing how we can train our brains to think about something differently. Or sometimes what I do, especially when it's hard, I give myself a moment for the other hard things that I've done in my life. And I go, like with my son's birth, for example, I had an emergency C-section, but I had 3 days of really horrendous labor. And I often think about how tough I was in that moment, and not tough as in like, pain doesn't touch the sides, but oh my goodness, I had to dig deep on those days. I did things that I didn't think that I was capable of. And so sometimes I just do whatever it takes to get me round and think about those things. And again, this has been a really great moment for me to have some time for myself, to really be in that place of expansion and really realizing how far I've come. Sometimes I get so caught up in my email inbox, or like doing the things, or what we having for dinner tonight. Honestly, like the first thing that my children say when I pick them up, or if they come home, is like, what we having for dinner? Have you got any snacks? And I'm in that doing moment all the time. And so this really allows me to step back and reconnect. And I know that sounds woo-woo, but I am absolutely fine with it. Lots of love. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.